Welcome one and all to the City of Markham's Black History Month celebration. Black history is Canadian history. This year, the trailblazers in our community, our youth, have chosen the theme, Black Inspiration, Making History. Indeed, our Black youth are making history, and we're very proud of the contributions Markham's Black youth are making through their leadership right here in our community. This month, you'll be introduced to the Mayor's Black Youth Liaison Committee, an incredible team of 8 trailblazers. These youth are proactive, engaged, and inspiring all of us to think about issues in a different way. We'll hear from one of them later in this program. We're also excited to let you know that we're updating our diversity action plan called Everyone Welcome. Thanks to the members of the Black community for participating and actually kicking off our public consultations. The plan will be completed and endorsed later this year, but already there's some emerging themes centered around allyship, social cohesion, and harmony. I'm very proud to say that we've also made significant progress on Markham's anti-Black racism strategy, including the establishment of the Mayor's Black Youth Liaison Committee, which is up and running. All of us at the City of Markham are committed to advancing each of these initiatives because it's the right thing for us to do, and it's also aligned with the significant declaration by the United Nations earmarking the years 2014 to 2024 as the decade of people of African descent. Lincoln Alexander would have been 100 years old on January 21st, the day named in his honor. He was a lawyer who was remembered for many firsts: the first Black Canadian Member of Parliament, the first Black federal cabinet minister, and he was appointed as the 24th Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. He was an outstanding Black Canadian who fought for racial equity. As strong a voice as he was for the equal treatment of Black Canadians, he was equally a strong voice about the virtues of Canada and how anyone could do anything they set their minds to do, even with this country's imperfections. Today, I want to congratulate the Black leaders who are being recognized for doing what they've done because they set their minds to do it. And for that, we thank you. Congratulations, one and all.
Hello, everyone. Black History Month is a time of appreciation and reflection. This year, we celebrate under the theme, Making History. Yes, we give thanks for the enormous contributions of our foreparents over the years, along with those of today. Plus, we take a glance at our own walk on Mother Earth. We make history. Most people set goals. There is a desired task or objective that they want to achieve. Meeting those pre-established goals is an accomplishment. Moreover, exceeding them is an amazing feat. Oftentimes, we don't set out to exceed our target, let alone make history. Yet, we make history. I'm reminded of the story of William Peyton Hubbard, a Canadian inventor and politician who was formerly trained as a baker. He later parlayed his baking skills into inventing a patented portable commercial oven, which he then sold through his company, Hubbard Oven. He made history. As we celebrate and honor the indelible contributions made by our community members, especially from people of African descent, let us purpose in our hearts to do only noble and honorable acts. We start by doing our best at all times, helping one person at a time, and then the rest is, as they say, history.
Hello, and happy Black History Month. My name is Andy Taylor, and I am the Chief Administrative Officer at the City of Markham. Every February, people across Canada participate in Black History Month events to honor the legacy of Black Canadians and their communities. Since the early beginnings of Canadian history, people of African descent have made significant contributions to the development of our great nation. Our Black community matters. As part of the City of Markham's ongoing Diversity Action Plan update, we are working towards more intentional ways to support the community. We are working to deepen our understanding of how we will be better and effective allies through our efforts to combat anti-Black racism while celebrating Black excellence. Representation matters, and we are continuing to enhance our processes to ensure that we attract and retain diverse talent at the City of Markham. We take pride in being one of Canada's top employers, and we know that a workplace that is rich in diversity is one that is productive, creative, and produces great outcomes for our community. Please join us this month as we acknowledge and share inspiring stories from community members who are making history in Markham. And as part of our commitment to the community, I also encourage you to seek opportunities to support Black entrepreneurs in Markham. And finally, I would like to invite you to the city's Black History Month virtual event on the 23rd of February, where we will hear from Markham's Black youth and celebrate the achievements of the Black community. Celebrating Black Canadians doesn't end in February. I look forward to providing updates as our work continues throughout the year. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Cecil Roach, and I am Associate Director of Education, Equitable Outcomes and Schools with the York Region District School Board. It is an honor to be here and bring greetings on behalf of my school board as we celebrate Black History Month in the City of Markham, one of the most diverse cities in Canada and a city that I am proud to call home. When I reflect on Black history, I like to remind folks that Black history is Canadian history. I also really like to make my personal connections to this history. I often say that I stand on the shoulders of Donald Moore. On Tuesday, April 27, 1954, Donald Moore led a delegation of 34 members of the Negro Citizenship Association, an organization that he founded in 1952, on a trip to Ottawa. The Toronto Labour Council sponsored this lobbying trip to Ottawa, and the group met with the Minister of Citizenship and Immigration, Walter E. Harris. Part of the brief to the minister reads, "The Immigration Act since 1923 seems to have been purposely written and revised to deny equal immigration status to those areas of the Commonwealth where colored people constitute a large part of the population. This is done by creating a rigid definition of British subject by birth or by naturalization in the United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, or the Union of South Africa, and citizens of Ireland. This definition excludes from the category of British subjects those who are in all other senses British subjects, but who come from such areas as British West Indies, Bermuda, British Guyana, Ceylon, India, Pakistan, Africa, etc. Our delegation claims this definition of British subject is discriminatory and dangerous. It is important to note that community stalwart Bromley Armstrong was part of this delegation. Mr. Armstrong then took part in a lunchroom sit-in in Dresden, Ontario in June of 1954, the same year of this historic Ottawa trip. Donald Moore also reminded the minister that Negroes defended Canada during the War of 1812, and that William Hall was the first Negro to receive the Victoria Cross in 1859. Edith Holloway, whose son Humphrey had died fighting for Canada in 1944 at the age of 21, was also part of the delegation. Mrs. Holloway wore the Memorial Cross, awarded to the mother or next of kin of a member of the Canadian Armed Forces who had lost their life fighting for Canada. Mrs. Holloway's other son was not allowed to join her from Barbados, even though his brother had made the ultimate sacrifice fighting for this country. Mr. Moore felt Negroes deserved acceptance to Canada because the children of the delegates and their children would build Canada into a country that we can all be proud of. Mr. Moore's historic brief resulted in the relaxation of Canada's immigration laws and opened the door for West Indian nurses and domestics to enter Canada and gain permanent residency after 1 year of work. Earlier, I said that I stood on the shoulders of Donald Moore. I said that because my mother was one of those domestics who left me with my grandmother while she made the trip to Montreal and worked as a domestic for 1 year before gaining employment in the accounts payable department of Eaton's department store, where she worked for 25 years. I joined her 4 years later at the age of 13. And for me and my family, the rest is history. This, to me, is Black history. And as I said before, Black history is Canadian history.
Hi, I'm Jim MacSween. On behalf of the 2,300 members of York Regional Police, I'm happy to join the Markham African Caribbean Canadian Association and the City of Markham for their 2022 Black History Month celebration. My thanks to Mayor Frank Scarpitti and to Lisa Joy Facey, the President of MACCA. Thank you for inviting me to take part this afternoon and for the continued partnership both the City of Markham and MACCA has extended to our members. YRP supports MACCA's vision of inspiring youth, empowering families, and transforming our community. We'll continue to work together to advance our shared goal of building a community where everyone feels that they belong. Today, we gather to recognize Black History Month and to also recognize some very deserving people with Community Appreciation Awards. These talented people have made great contributions to this community, and I'm glad to see York Regional Police members in this group. The actions of these people have brought honor to the City of Markham and the community overall. These strong leaders act as dedicated role models in our community, particularly with our youth. Thank you for leading by example. At York Regional Police, we've undertaken several initiatives to celebrate the importance of Black History Month. For the first time, we raised the Pan-African flag at our headquarters location, as well as at our training and education facility in all 5 of our districts. Throughout the month, we have profiled some great YRP leaders who spoke to the community about their journey and how they're making a difference every day. We'll also be hosting our very own virtual Black History Month celebration tonight, starting at 7 p.m. And I encourage all of you to join us after this celebration for an evening of musical entertainment, spoken word, a Caribbean cooking demo, and more. You can join us through a link on our website at yrp.ca. Please accept our very best wishes for your Black History Month celebration. Congratulations again to the award winners tonight. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Chris Bullen. I am the manager of Bylaw and Regulatory Services with the City of Markham. What does Black History Month means to me? It means Egypt, pyramids, the city of Atlantis, which bridged the continent of Africa and North America. There was Othello, written by William Shakespeare, about a Moorish trader and businessman. And as someone who loves classical music, there was Beethoven in 1814, one of Europe's best musical composer. His mother was an African from North Africa, and his father was Spaniard. Black history is Canada history. And here is why it should be embedded in our history books, culture, and vocabulary. In 1603, Matthew de Costa landed on the shores of Nova Scotia, not as a slave, an immigrant, a refugee, or migrant worker, but as an interpreter, guide, businessman, a free Black man with specific skills, knowledge, and abilities. He spoke French, Dutch, and Portuguese, and in 1615 assisted Samuel de Champlain, the first European to set foot on Canadian soil. Mr. de Costa was able to communicate seamlessly with Canada's Aboriginal people. It is said he understood these Aboriginal languages because he came to Canada many times to trade and hunt. So as we celebrate Black History Month this February, it should also be pointed out that Black settlers have called York Region, including Markham, home for over 150 years. The United Nations have declared 2015 to 2025, the International Decade of People of African Descent. So as we pause to reflect upon this declaration, let us celebrate Black history as our history. As Oprah Winfrey once said, let us use our life to serve the world, and you will find that it would also serve you. Thank you.